Hi, viewers. My name is Upesh Jain, and I'm the founder and host of the Exec Talk channel here in conversation with Dilip Saraf, LinkedIn's top career coach. We talk about a variety of topics that can benefit you in your professional and personal life. And today, we plan to talk about how to grow your network. So, as we all know, that we operate in a world full of people, and networking is an important element of, not just knowing people, but also leveraging their help to get work done, and amongst other things. So, Dilip, why is growing your network an essential thing to do? And secondly, how do you do it, and what are the benefits?
I think that's a very good question. I think networking is where the real connectivity happens in terms of how you can leverage your connections to your benefit, either finding a new job or getting a promotion or getting some information or all of those things. The network is where is saying the network is your net worth. And I believe in that. So what you want to do is LinkedIn is probably the best avenue for social networking. Then there is physical networking where you meet people in events and so forth. So let's talk about the former and less about the latter because I think that's where tremendous opportunity exists. So
Mhm.
what you want to do is LinkedIn has over a billion people now, a billion members. So what you want to do is you want to be very selective in how you pick people you want to target to connect with.
Mhm.
And when you see in your feed somebody who is very well placed in their
Mhm.
community or well known in the community, and somebody as a LinkedIn, they have labels top performer, LinkedIn top voice, and those kinds of people. So when you see anything that they post that comes into your feed, you need to target them, keep them in your mind, and make a comment
Mhm.
that intrigues them. Make some intelligent comment
Mhm.
about their post, even though somebody has forwarded that post.
Mhm.
They will see your comment. That's one way to access that. And once they respond to your comment, which means they like what they saw, and then request connection with them. And in my own case, I
Mhm.
target these people all the time, and my success rate is over 90%. In other words, when I make a comment to somebody's thoughtful post, I make a thoughtful comment.
Mhm.
And they usually respond by saying, that's an interesting angle of it. There is also this angle that I thought was useful to what
Mhm.
you said. So they
Mhm.
are now conversing with me, even though they're two apart. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
They're not one apart, but two apart, or maybe three apart.
Sure.
So, so once we have that connection, I respond to that and I send them a request for a connection. And 95% of the time, these are very senior, well placed people in leadership,
Mhm.
and they are in my network, right? And I always respect their thoughtful comments. They comment on my comments. You know what I'm saying? Now,
Yeah.
that's how you build a network.
Yeah.
You just can't say to somebody, oh, I'm growing my network, so please connect with me.
Yeah.
I get a lot of those. I get a lot of those,
Yeah.
right? I don't ever say yes to that. So you have to be very purposeful in how you grow the network. So that's the social part. There are other elements of how to do that, but this is probably the most significant way of reaching out to people who matter. The
Mhm.
other way is the physical networking. So when you go to an event, target some people who are speaking or in a panel and so forth, and go meet with them, talk about their talk and comment about their talk, and give them your card or give them your LinkedIn, whatever URL or whatever, and
Mhm.
connect with them. And
Mhm.
then follow up that I enjoyed your talk. And that's how you grow the network on the physical side. So
Right.
both of these things are complement. Both these avenues are complementary,
That's
and
nice.
you have to actively do that. You have to actively do that.
Right. And one other thing about LinkedIn is all your connections are also watching that comment you put, and
Right.
all of the person whose article you commented on are also watching that comment.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
the
Yeah,
the exposure is astronomical. So
it is.
that it's not a one-on-one only exposure. So
Right.
everybody else is watching too. So
And it's an easy thing to do. You
yeah,
just have to put some thought into it. And
that's
it
right.
takes less than a minute to get into that loop, right? You don't have to write a blog to get their attention.
That's right. Well, thanks, Dilip. Thanks for this
You're welcome.
insight into this wonderful topic. Thank you.
You're welcome.